Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Place Prepared. Place Prepared podcast is about manifesting and the law of assumption. This includes success stories, Neville Goddard analysis, manifesting tips, and much more. In this episode, we will be talking about how to imagine lovingly for others and sharing some success stories. If we are the gods of our reality, why would we not want to imagine lovingly for others? In the Bible, God is a loving God. He loves without the expectation of being loved back or even recognized for it. He just loves. We are all one. When you imagine lovingly for another, you imagine lovingly for yourself. Matthew 22, verse 37 through 39. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment, and the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. So I have 3 siblings and I'm close with all of them, and they are people that I like to practice manifesting with. So here is a success story that I recently shared on my Instagram. Make sure to follow me at Place Prepared so you hear my stories first. Anyways, during this last spring quarter of college, my brother was having some trouble with his courses. He was going on and on about how he was studying for his finals and that he might have to switch the class to a letter grade from pass, no pass, because he was afraid he would not pass, just going over circumstances. Because we are conscious creators, I decided that not only would he do well in the class, but he would actually ace the class. I imagined him being happy. I felt what it felt like to be a proud sister, and that was it. Circumstances do not ever matter. I didn't care that he had a low grade in the class or that he was worried for his final. I just stuck with my end, that I am a happy and proud sister. After he took his exam, I asked him how it went, and he said it went better than he thought. He wouldn't receive his grades until a few weeks. He was also leaving for his internship, so I would not actually see him once he got his results. A few weeks after, I asked my sister to ask him how his exams went, and this is what he said. They went well. I somehow got an A in the EE math class. I think it's because I did surprisingly well on the final, and it's worth 50% of the grade. The CS class I passed. They didn't let me switch to a letter grade, but I also did surprisingly well on the final. I think I would have gotten an A-, so I wish they would have let me switch. I somehow got an A and I also did surprisingly well. There it is. There was my manifestation. The how or when is not up to us. All we ever have to do is decide and not waver from our decisions. When you imagine for others, you are sharing your love and your power. Neville Goddard says, as you pray for your friends, you will discover your own capacity is lifted. Your cross becomes lighter and lighter until finally you are light itself. Another story is, one of my best friends has always wanted a boyfriend. Like, that is all she's ever wanted. She's a beautiful girl, but she has a semi-low self-esteem. We had a chat and she was telling me that she wants to have a boyfriend, but guys don't talk to her, and if they do, they never go on a second date with her. At that point, I was like, I'm just gonna imagine for her. I didn't tell her, I just imagined telling her, you and your man are so cute, I'm so happy for you. And that was it. A week later, guess who found their dream man? Yep, you guessed it. She is officially dating a guy who is absolutely perfect for her. Yes, they are in the early dating stages, but in my mind, they're happily coupled. It takes nothing away from us to imagine lovingly for another. In fact, it builds our faith in ourselves and in manifestation. It just feels good to see others happy and thriving. So how do you do this? Get into the feeling. It's never about them, but about how you feel about them. When I imagined for my brother, I imagined me feeling happy for him. When I imagined for my friend, I imagined how I felt seeing her happy. I didn't have to figure out the how or when. I just saw it and felt it in my mind. Start seeing the poor as rich, the unhealthy as healthy, the sad as happy, and so on and so forth. You don't have to tell them what you are doing, you just do it from a place of love. Feel what it is like to see them that way. You will feel so much joy and happiness. The more love you give, the more love you receive, because your true essence is love. I love imagining for others, and I imagine for all of you as well that you get gold from my episodes and that you are living your best life. Feel free to DM me with any questions you might have so that you can begin your own process of imagining for others. Thank you for listening to Place Prepared Podcast. Please be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. You can give a follow to Place Prepared on Instagram for daily manifesting content. Happy manifesting!